When we think about comic books, we think about fantasy, sci-fi, space adventures, aliens, but rarely do we think about real world things and on top of that, music. But that's about to change with Dark Regards. Dark Regards is actually based on a true story. In the year 2000, comedian David Hill picked up a heavy metal record and everything clicked and changed for him at the exact same time. With a background in heavy metal music from when he was a teenager being in bands, he thought, why don't I get back into heavy metal and do this again? But being the comedian he is, he decided, I'm going to take this a little bit further and play a little bit of a joke. David created a persona, Lance, as the king of all black metal. And he was emailing Norwegian record label companies, telling them that he was more heavy metal, more black metal than they ever could be. And that whatever they're doing isn't black metal, isn't heavy metal at all. And this, of course, became kind of a joke around the internet as David started to post some of these conversations online. And the effect caused for some metal fans, some black metal fans to hate him, but mostly for people to kind of find this exchange kind of funny. People competing to see who's the most heavy metal, who's the most black metal, and who's going to be doing the most dark, disgusting, nasty stuff to say they're the king of all black metal. And of course, David Hill is doing this from a comedic standpoint, but it kind of took off for him. In the process of doing this, he formed his own band called Witch Taint and even recorded music under the name. Later on, it was revealed to everyone that this was just really a giant joke that went a little bit further than he intended, but had some pretty good outcomes for him. And fast forward to the year 2025, and here we are. We're talking about a comic book that's based off of that exact same experience. But the comic book goes a little bit further. In the comic book, David's still a comedian, but in this situation, we see a little bit more of his back history of being a teenager in bands, how his girlfriend dumps him, how that leads him into a record store, and how he falls in love with black metal again. And he also has a crazy dream where he goes to hell and the previous king of black metal anoints him the new king of black metal. And this is what inspires him in the comic to reach out to these record labels and tell them they're not metal enough and they should bow down to him and learn a thing or two about being heavy metal and into black metal from him. These Norwegian record label executives aren't having it, and they're going to fly to America and they're going to teach him a lesson. Now, there's only 4 issues in this series. Number 1 is already out, and the next one is going to be coming out June 11th. Now, we already know how this is going to end based on real world events, but it's a comic book, so it could go differently, and there could be a lot more crazy stuff that could happen between now and then. And Omni Press is doing something really cool with the covers. In this cover, they've actually used David Hill's real blood in the ink. They're also doing some other great tributes with some of these covers, with this one to Kiss. So if you're into music, if you're into metal, I think this comic book could be great for you. Now, Omni Press has also done books like Scott Pilgrim, which has a huge music influence as well. But this book, I think, is leaning a lot more, definitely a lot more, into the metal aspect of it. So even if you're not into comics, but you're a fan of heavy metal, this is really going to be a great book for you. There's so many references to heavy metal bands, and just the language around heavy metal and black metal music is ingrained in this first issue. So while it's going to be great for anybody that is a lover of music and comics, it's going to be particularly great for anybody that's a fan of heavy metal. So go to your local comic book store. You can still pick up the first issue. If they don't have it available, they can definitely order it for you. And like I said, the next issue is coming out June 11th, so no better time to have them order the first issue and pick up both on June 11th. What do you guys think? Do you think this is an interesting opportunity where we're bringing real life events, aspects of comic books, and music all together in one? Or do you think that these kind of things shouldn't have so much fantasy? Or we should just kind of take the story that happened in real life and change a lot of other things about it to be able to fit fictional characters? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.